Hey everyone, 15 mil history. Thought I'd give you guys an update. Man, it's been a long, long time. Sorry, I've been busy with uni, and it's been a bit tricky to um, get the time to do a video. Um, so I thought I'd throw up another video. This is one based on a tournament list that I'm probably going to run later this year. Well, actually, not later this year, later this month. Um, and I thought I'd go through a little bit and show off some of the stuff that I've been working on, um, as well as, yeah, just some general updates. So here we have my army so far. These guys, it's a dual formation, so I haven't got everything fully painted yet, but these will be the HQs for the infantry. I still haven't finished like the platoon commanders for both sides, and this unit of dudes is missing a Panzerschreck. Um, so it's pretty simple. Oh yeah, that is Irvine Tarchoy, my commander for my Hungarian Tigers. I've been working on them for a little while, so thought I'd give you guys an update on that. So whip these bad boys out. You've already seen my two runs, and then I'll go over to my painting table. But I'll just give you guys an update. So these are my Tigers. So I'm probably not going to be running these for the tournament. Hungarian Tigers. I don't necessarily think that they're bad, but they're quite expensive. They're about 32 points per model. I mean, it's not per model, per unit. They come in units of two or three. You probably want to be running them in units of three, just because if you run a unit of two, you're going to have to do a last stand check with them. And I think Hungarians are last standing on a four. So it's 50-50, and you wouldn't want to risk that on a 21 point tank. You probably want to run that extra tank just for insurance. So these are my infantry. There's still one more unit that I have to pick up for them, so that will be the mortars. I need to get some more. I need to get some mortars. Mortars are like really cool. They're good. Hungarian mortars are worth it. The reason why I say that is these things, they're not very good. These howitzers, I don't recommend. The reason being is they're 12 points for four, which is a lot, um, and they're trained four up. That isn't great. You don't want to be running like 12 points for a four up trained unit is a lot. And I think the issue is that four is a 50-50. If that infantry are in hard difficult cover, you're gonna have to be rolling fives. And even when you do range in, it's still like you could get counter batteried by mortars, and that would put them in a real tricky position. So these are the infantry. These are machine guns. These machine guns are from World War One. They're an Austro. They're a Hungarian machine gun that were very popular among the Austrians. Um, Solid little machine gun, my understanding is. And then we've got like this formation here, and I do have the command card upgrade for it here. So these are Zrinyi. So there's two units of three Zrinyi, and then over here we have some Pack 40s. These are 3D prints. So this is supposed to be a Pack 40 3D print, but I'm going to use these as 5 centimeter guns. I just need the bases for it. So this is in formation. So these are in the same formation. So that's 1, 2, 3. So that's HQ, 1 platoon, 2 platoons, 3 platoons. Hungarian assault gun companies are, I wouldn't say they're brittle, but most are basically just 3 selections of stuff. And these like as I said before, so that yeah, you probably want to fill this out a little bit, just because one, two, three. If anything goes wrong, if you lose a unit of these, he's going to run. Um, you want the Hungarians to be on the table as long as possible, preferably. Or alternatively, you could run them as a unit of 16. That's perfectly viable too. And then over here we have the 88s in ambush. Um, Only two. I would like more, but Hungarians can only take them in units of two, and that's all you get. Hungarians can take these en masse. I think if you run, oh sorry, if you were to say play a whack list, these are a support unit. These are an assault gun units, and these are also in infantry units. And I think yeah, they're a support, they're a they're a support, they're an infantry, and they're also in some of the tank formations. So these things are really good. Pack 40s, 80, 12, 3 up save. The 3 up save is where it's at. The other good thing about these Pack 40s is they have a 3 up last stand. So if anything goes wrong, these guys find it difficult to. These guys don't run very easily. The command card that I'm probably going to run is the 40 mil. So basically, it gives you an AT-11 3 up firepower attack, which is for Zreni, because these things are slow, brutal, slow firing, brutal, and they've also got. Oh, sorry. I think they've also got smoke and a few other things as well. These guys are your stalwarts. These guys are really good at. They've got 2 up firepower, 80-10, so they're okay. The thing I've learned about using them is how they play. I feel Zarenyi are very good, but the issue that I've had with them is that I feel if they are a little bit overwhelmed, their front armor 7, which isn't bad, it's pretty good. If you're up against, like, say, like Panzer IVs, um, you're going to be, and you position them well enough, so you put them in cover, so that's fours. Then you put them in cover, so they hit on fours naturally. Oh, sorry. So they hit on fours naturally. That'll go up to fives. So it's going to be difficult to hit you. If these bad boys went up against, say, T-34s, you're going to get 8 front armor, and you're going to have 8 front armor, which is good. So that will mean that the T-34 will have to roll 4s for something bad. No, you'll have to roll 4s for something like the worst case of bad scenario in terms of a bale. Because they're AT-12, so potentially that could be quite nasty. How I found running these is what Zareni are really good at is you use them as a howitzer. You use them as basically like what you would call, like, say, for example, a Vespa. You'd use the Vespa as like a mobile artillery gun piece, run it up the board, shoot, shoot, shoot. You don't run it up the board, but like it can move around a little bit and drop firepower where it needs to. Zareni are a little bit like that. They've got an AT-10 gun, which is pretty good. It can go up against like T-34s. I wouldn't say with ease, but like it can definitely give a T-34 player a bit of pause for thought. And 2 up firepower. So basically, like if anything goes wrong, and that you've got a 2 up firepower. If it goes through, it's dead. Um, but yeah, but then the issue there is that like you only get 3 in a unit, which is good. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not ideal. But you would probably maybe want run 4 of them. The issue there is that like what will often happen is that they'll get overwhelmed. Like you only get 3 shots. That doesn't necessarily mean side shots, um, in terms of killing you. But what I mean to say is that because these guys are only side armor too, so these guys can't handle. Um, they can't handle if anything goes around the side, they're buggered. Um, so what these guys are really good at is you park them on the backfield and just constantly drop templates. That's what they're really good at. They've got 3 up skill, which is really good. And I think they've got relatively high cross for an assault gun, which is also nice. Um, yeah, I feel like you don't really use them necessarily as like a tank or like as a stug. I think you're supposed to kind of like use them as like a backline thing that will drop an ungodly amount of firepower on infantry. And then when the coast is clear, then they can start rumbling up the board and causing damage. But yeah, so I've got to get my mortars. The other thing that I was also going to throw up is I am working on some more. Oh yeah, I do Crisis, whatever, and Conquest. So at the moment I'm working on quite a few different things. Also, excuse the mess, soz. So these guys over here I'm working on, they're a command card. These guys are just German infantry that I've converted. Just painted them a different colour. Why have you painted them a different colour, you may ask? 15 mil history. These guys are supposed to represent Hungarian paratroopers or Hungarian scouts. So these guys are basically there in the army list that I have as essentially bodies on the ground that can kind of fill up a need, um, in terms of filling out a formation and getting some spearheads. So just in case if I have to maneuver or whatever. Um, they are very good. Hungarian paratroopers are okay. I don't think they're amazing. I think they're a nice to have. They're a cool addition. Will I run them? Maybe. What have I got to lose? But yeah, no, they're not as good as Fallschirmjäger, but I think they pack a nasty wallop. They don't have as many Panzerfaust or Shreks, but they assault on threes, which is a lot better than the Hungarian infantry's assaulting on fours. So they're not terrible. They've got better tactics. I think the Hungarian command card set's really worth picking up. I would say, like, the other good thing about Hungarians is that a lot of that stuff bleeds over. And I would say, in terms of mid-war, Hungarians have got maybe one of the better command cards called it's called Storm the Dawn. And what that does is Hungarian infantry all dig in on a three, which is awesome. Hungarian infantry normally are digging in on fours. To get them to dig on threes means that if you need be, you can move them around where you need to go and then basically just hide them away, dig them in, hold your ground, and just blast at anything that comes near. Hungarian infantry, I would say they're interesting. They're a little bit like German infantry. They want to be shooting away their problem. Um, Definitely. They want to be shooting away their problem and rather like German infantry can assault, but I think with Germans you need to be thinking about the attrition game. How many am I going to like if you want to have those odds stacked in your favor. Whereas Hungarian infantry are very much like it's a numbers game. We're all about quantity over quality, even though their troops are kind of they're pretty average to be honest. You probably want to be plonking down as many infantry as you can, and then on an objective, and then warding things off with Shreks and Fausts. Hungarian infantry have a 3 up last stand, so they're not terrible at a fight. Yeah, so what am I going to get next? So I am probably going to get. I've got to get those mortars. The mortars I think are really important. I want to get the hussars. I think the hussars could be nice, as a not necessarily as a change of pace unit, as a way to fill out the army, as a way to get an extra unit to work with. You can also build them up eventually into a Hussar unit, which is a command card. Um, you could also run them in mid-war as well. You could run formations of them. I don't think they'll win you the day, but I think that they can. They're a good unit to give Spearhead, or if you're playing a defender, they're like 8 or 9 points. You put them in defense. No, you put them in reserve, and then when they need to, they come on. If you're doing a maneuver mission, they can use in that. So they're pretty solid. They're a good choice. But yeah, no. So that's the update. Still going to keep chugging away on these boys. Yeah, enjoying them. Hoping, and I've almost finished the army that I've been working on, so I'm pretty happy with how it's going. And I'll talk to you guys later. Catch you later. 15 mil history out.